Dear brothers and sisters and dear guests, it's an honor for me to welcome you to the Culmination Conference of Public Services International's project on decent work and social protection for migrant workers in the public services, held in Manila, Philippines. Asia-Pacific is an important region of migration. The region hosts 25.8 million migrant workers and is also an important source country of migrant workers to the rest of the world. On the top 10 remittance receiving countries globally, 5 are found in Asia and the Philippines ranks 4th. Indeed, migrant remittances are fundamental to support millions of families, particularly in Asia and in the Philippines, and they contribute to the overall economies of many countries. It is estimated that there are 10 million Filipinos who live outside the country. Every year, more than 1 million Filipinos leave the country as migrant workers. It is harder to find a Filipino who is not touched by the phenomenon of migration, either personally or in her or his family. Bringing this 3-year migration project of PSI to culminate in the Philippines is meaningful to our unions in the country who are dealing with this phenomenon every day. At the same time, we are bringing in this conference unions that are part of the project and whose countries are also important origin, transit, and destination countries of migrant workers, particularly Ghana, Nigeria, and South Africa. Our PSI unions come together to culminate the project, to showcase our achievement, and to identify the next steps in facing the challenges of labor migration. Of the current 244 million migrants worldwide, over 150 million are migrant workers. Labor migration is an essential aspect of international migration. Labor migration is a trade union issue. However, as we are dealing with migration, we are also facing the phenomenon of global displacement. The United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Refugees reported that at the end of 2015, 65 million people were forcibly displaced as a result of persecution, conflict, violence, and human rights violation. Of this total number of globally displaced, 21.3 million are refugees. Half of them are children and about half are women. Not only that, climate disasters are also posing a big threat. It is estimated that by 2050, up to 1 billion people will be displaced globally by environmental disaster if we don't act urgently to mitigate the factors contributing to climate change. Our challenges are global and they are urgent. As we continue to build capacity on labor migration, we also need to build capacity to respond to disaster and human displacement. For at the heart of all this is our humanity and our commitment to human rights. As public service workers, we are at the front line, providing basic services such as health, shelter, and social assistance to migrants, forcibly displaced persons, and refugees. In the next 2.5 days, the conference will tackle these issues in the various panels discussion. Project partners will be building the elements of PSI's program of action on migration and refugees. In paving the way to the next phase, we will be launching important campaigns, namely the No Recruitment Fees campaign and the Fighting Privatization of Migrant and Refugee Services. We will be joining in solidarity with the Philippine Trade Union Movement at the Workers' National Rally on the 30th November, calling an end to contractualization in public services. You have important and exciting work ahead in building PSI's global policy and strengthening trade union solidarity. I wish you all a very successful conference and look forward to the outcomes.